Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a wonderful guest in studio today. She's so interesting. Her name is Christy Trepachko. You're managing broker for Chase Real Estate.
I am.
Let's start first and tell me a little bit about Chase Real Estate and how it differs from everybody else.
Okay. Well, first off, everybody always wonders if we're affiliated with the bank, which we're not. The owner's last name is Chase. So
Okay.
That's how we got our name of Chase Real Estate. But how we differ is that we primarily work with investors. We have access to foreclosed properties. It's residential real estate, and so we help people buy, fix, and sell real estate and buy, fix, and rent properties.
Okay, and let's break that out a little bit, because I think many of us think about buying a home as an investment. Maybe we fix it up and then we sell it again.
Mm-hmm.
But we think we have to do this all ourselves. We fall victim a little bit to all the great, do-it-yourself and HGTV, and think, well, God, that'd be great. But that's kind of scary on your own, where here, that's really what you help the individual person do.
Right. It can be scary. I think that's why a lot of people don't start it or don't try it. But we have a whole system in place. We have a whole team. We start by, providing the properties. We'd like to meet face-to-face with our investors, find out what exactly they're trying to do. But we analyze the properties for them. We hand them over to the investors, and then we have a whole team. If they decide they want to move forward on that property, we have access to local lenders that can finance the properties. We have title companies and attorneys that know how to get the properties to close. We have rehab teams that know how to rehab the property. We call them like links in a chain. So we have everybody there. The rehab team, they've been doing it forever, so they know exactly how far to take it. They know they don't duct tape the properties together, but they're not overdoing it so that we're cutting into your budget and your bottom line. And then we step back in after the property's rehabbed. It takes about 3 weeks to get the property rehabbed. We step back in, and we're then helping you get the property resold, or we're helping you rent it. So, and there's, like I said, it's links in a chain. So you can take links out and you can replace it. We have some investors that do their own rehabs. Or you can use everybody in our team. It's just, you can be as involved or as uninvolved as you want to be.
You say investors, and many of us think, well, that's really, I have to have a lot of money, but really, your investors are people from all different types of walks of life.
Right, yeah, anyone can do this. We have people who do this as their full-time job. We have people that are doing it because they want some more flexibility rather than having to work a 9-to-5 job. And then we have people who do work full-time, but they just want to put their money to work for them rather than investing in the stock market or something like that. So like I said, you can be as involved or as uninvolved as you want to be.
That's neat. And then, and you actually help me resell it too.
We do.
Yeah, so it's sort of like one-stop shop.
It is, yeah, and we don't hand people a laundry list of houses and say, here, pick one. We like to meet face-to-face with our investors.
Right.
We find out what the investors are looking for. We analyze the properties. So when I say we analyze them, we're letting you know what you can buy the property for. We're looking at all of this ahead of time. If we think a property is not going to make an investor money, we're not even presenting it to them. We're looking at the municipalities. How are they to work with when you're trying to rehab the properties? Does the area sell well? Does it rent well, depending on what they're trying to do? So we let the investors know, this is what you can buy it for. This is what it'll cost. We can give them an estimate on what it'll cost to rehab the property, and then what the after rehab value will be, or the rental estimate. So they know everything up front. They're not just trying to do their own due diligence. It's our responsibility to find the right properties. So then the investors can make money, because it's a relationship business. If you're making money, that's where we get paid, is when the investors buy a property, the bank or whoever is selling the property is paying us, and we know that if you are making money, you're going to come back and buy one again and again. So we did 1,308 transactions last year. But we don't have 1,308 investors. We have a small pool of investors that are making money, and they come back and buy again and again with us.
And where are your properties located?
We're everywhere from the Wisconsin border to the Indiana border. We believe in buying, not necessarily in proximity to your home. It's more important to buy in areas that the municipalities are easy to work with, that the properties are going to sell after they're fixed up, or that they're going to rent, depending on what you want to do.
Right, I would imagine because you are so professional in what you do, you're looking at the different real estate markets around the area, maybe around the state or the nation, that are in some type of transition, or are buying and selling well, or not.
Right. And we haven't changed our model based on, a lot of people have kind of jumped into the game now because there's a lot of foreclosures, a lot of this going on.
Right.
This has been Chase Real Estate's model for the past 18 years. And it's just what we do, it's what we know.
And for the investor, you say you have a small pool. What do they gain? They gain money back, but why is this a better investment, say, than a stock investment or something like that? Why choose real estate?
Typically, you have more control. They're typically better returns. I mean, of course, we have some that are base hits, some that are home runs,
Right.
But you can be kind of more in control in it. I mean, nothing is a guarantee, but it's a little less risky because we're not out there trying to, turn houses into ice cream stands. We're out there we're selling, we're rehabbing these properties. We're using a model that we know works, and the properties sell.
Right, and I would think that it's a quicker turnaround than some of the stock markets these days for money back. But in a neighborhood, these homes are going to be hopefully rehabbed anyway. So
Right.
it's an investment in the neighborhood and in the idea of owning a home. That's a very cool thing.
It is.
Hey, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say other real estate agents like to work with us because they know our sellers are not distressed. They can bring FHA buyers in to buy these homes.
Right.
That's kind of the market that we're targeting. Is we're trying to ultimately prepare these homes for an FHA buyer that's going to live in the home. So that's how we know what level to bring it to when we fix the properties.
Right. Well, and I think that's critical because oftentimes when I think somebody's trying to do this themselves, they may fall in love with the property a little bit. They may have a love of a kitchen or something like that, and suddenly they've got a little bit too much in the game for what
Right.
it's going to return because
Right.
because again they're kind of doing it themselves.
Right. Yeah, you can't fix the home like you're going to be living in it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. And that's where we'll step in and we'll help guide. The rehab teams that we have know that. And so if somebody's going in and saying, I want to do this, and it's just too much, they'll come and say, what do you think for this area? Do we need to do that? Or, if you were just to look up somebody in the yellow pages or Google them or whatever, they probably would be going out there and wanting you to do everything you possibly can because that's how they make their money. But for us, it's really a volume game. And these rehab teams, they get everything at really good costs and, are able to save our investors money and do the rehabs the right way.
Wow, fascinating. Thank you so much for stopping by and telling us a little bit about what you do and how you do it. A whole new world out there. So
Yes.
thanks for joining us. We're going to be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned.